Howdy, partners! Welcome to this fucking video. Today we are watching Toys of War Combat. This fucking Nightmare Bombville. Fucking exactly. This video is made for 13-year-olds and up. Anyone under 13, fucking turn away now. Don't fucking take this down, YouTube. We swear to fucking God. Anyway, fucking enjoy.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, members of the Senate, of the House of Representatives, yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. Japan has therefore undertaken a surprise offensive extending throughout the Pacific area. The facts of yesterday and today speak for themselves. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
I'd be lying if I said there weren't more than a few grins on British faces following that speech. Shortly after the United States declared war on Japan, the United Kingdom did likewise. Now allied against a common foe, both nations began contriving strategies that truly would turn the tide of the war. And I'm pleased to say that we engines on Sodor were given the chance to make them happen. A lesser-known fact about America's involvement in the Second World War is that, in a technical sense, it had been a part of the conflict since before the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Lend-Lease Act, which was signed on March 11, 1941, enabled the United States to transfer arms and other materials to any nation it deemed was essential to its own defense. Britain had been among the handful of countries to receive such aid in the form of weapons, coal, iron, and other vital goods. And after Pearl Harbor, this support increased tenfold. Braving the German U-boats, vast convoys of ships crossed the Atlantic to deliver much-needed supplies to Old Blighty. A substantial amount also came to Sodor, which allowed us to carry out a massive overhaul of the island's rail network throughout the opening months of 1942. The old tracks were torn up and replaced with new ones. It truly was a treat passing over such smooth lines when they were first laid down. Of course, this wasn't carried out purely for our comfort. It was intended to bolster our overall efficiency to the war effort. And indeed, the time was fast approaching where we would make a substantial contribution to it. So the Russians have been pushed out of the Crimea. That's just tops. And Stalin has ordered his forces to hold back the Nazis by any means necessary. Phew, you gotta love a man who values the lives of his troops. I know. I reckon he's hanging the same way as the Tsar. If his army suffers too many more defeats, he'll have to fight off the Jerrys and a revolution. And you can be sure they'll pull right out of the bloody war then. That's assuming they will lose any more battles. Of course they will. I don't see how. They have an enormous army. Nearly 4 million men by some accounts. They could have 4 billion men and it wouldn't make any difference. Why? Because, Percy, if you want a truly successful army, you need quantity and quality in equal measure. The Red Army might be large, but it's comprised of undisciplined, untrained men carrying subpar weapons. The way I hear it, those poor bastards have guns pointed at them from the front and the back. Like I said, talking about a revolution, good riddance, I say. Who needs them when we've got the Yanks on our side? Too right, Thomas. After all, they did keep the Japs are hiding at Midway, and there's talk they're about to land a massive force in Africa to give Montgomery and his lads a hand. I wish I could be there with them. Phew, not me. I'll stay right here. Don't you want to do your part, James? Are you implying I've been doing nothing since the war began, Thomas? No. I'm just asking why you don't... Oh, never mind. I think I realise why. Is it because of what happened to you on your old line? Yes. War involves too many explosions. I only narrowly survived the last one I was in, and the woman I loved didn't. I have no interest in going through that ordeal again. I understand. Thank you, Thomas. All right, I best be off. I have to get this load to the fort. Oh, Lord save me that I have to deal with Benson. Sorry, James. I don't think the Lord's likely to pop by. Not now. Not ever. All right. Where are you, you pompous git? Are you talking to me? What in whistling fireboxes? Who are you? I'm Rosie, the new shunter. New shunter? When did this happen? Yesterday, old chap. Edward, what is going on here? There's nothing too confusing about it, dearie. Benson doesn't work here anymore. I do. Oh, I see. You almost sound disappointed, James. No, of course not. Please, Rosie, don't misunderstand. It's just, I've spent all morning bracing myself for an argument with your windbag of a predecessor. And now, well, I've been taken pleasantly off guard. I understand. Benson did come across as a little abrasive to me. You should count your lucky stars you only spent a few minutes in his company, my dear. And now I suppose introductions are in order. Rosie, this is James, our number 5 mixed traffic engine on the LNER. A pleasure to meet you. You too, dearie. Judging by your accent, you're obviously American. I had no idea the United States was supplying us with engines in addition to everything else. We don't do things by halves in the good old US of A. And neither do you British boys. Edward here has been giving me some real good advice on how best to run this place. I just gave you a few pointers, my dear. The final one I can give is to make this place your own. Thank you, Edward. I will. And I'll make sure to forget everything Benson told me. That's a very good idea. What did happen to Benson anyway? Did he go back to the mainland? No, I'm afraid not. Then, where is he?
Attention! Attention! Boy, what is all this then? What are you neighbors doing? What does it look like? We're organizing these trucks. Well, shake the wheel already. This shipment needs to be organized in a timely manner. This would be going a lot faster if you didn't interrupt us every 20 seconds to bark orders. Listen here, you big black weasel. We have been given a massive shipment to fill. I have been tasked with ensuring you do the job properly. And if I left you layabouts to your own devices, it will never get done. If that means I have to bark orders at you every 20 seconds, then too bad. Maybe if you Sudrians had a little more discipline and a lot more sense, that fool Cullen wouldn't have got himself blown up. You bloody mongrel! Don't you dare spin on his memory. Dirt straight. He was a hero. No, a hero is someone who has carried out a valorous act and lived to tell about it. That way, he may be able to do it again and inspire others to do the same. Does that make my brother's sacrifice worthless in your eyes? Oh, Mrs. Oro, good morning. What do you mean about your brother? He died in the last war. He did so saving my life. What do you say to that? That's what I thought. Don't ever mock those who die during a time of war. And don't you ever disgrace Cullen's memory again, or I shall report you to the back controller himself. Understood, sir. I sincerely apologize. There's a good engine. Now, shove off. Yes, sir. Nicely done, sir. Yes, indeed. Thank you, sir. My pleasure. I wish I could have done it sooner. I wish I could say the same about this job, too. It certainly is a big one, sir. What is? I'm not sure. If I had to guess based on past experience, I'd say this is a build-up for some kind of military operation. Any ideas on what that could be, sir? Too many, I'm afraid. I suspect we'll get told only after the job is done. At the rate we're going, that probably won't be until next year. Then, as much as I hate to agree with Benson, we'd best shake a wheel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Though they were short-handed, the middies did an outstanding job getting Brendan in order. And I would have to say we did likewise at Knapwood. Indeed, the sidings at both harbours and at the fort were chock full of trucks loaded with all manner of materials. And at all hours, trains loaded with additional goods arrived at the various quaysides where they were unloaded onto waiting ships. Yet curiously, nothing appeared to be leaving the ports. This led to rampant speculation that this was part of some massive build-up. And just as Mr. Zorro predicted, we would find out only when the jobs were done 5 exhaustive days later. Oh, if we never have another week like that, it'll be too soon. I know what you mean, Thomas. I'm knackered. We all are, Toby. We should be back at the sheds resting after a hard day's work. I'm sure Mr. Starr has a good reason for calling us here, Gordon. I'm sure he does too, Percy. I'm not doubting that. Good to hear, Gordon. Oh, good evening, sir. Evening, engines. Sorry to keep you waiting. No problem at all, sir. Is something wrong? I wouldn't say wrong. Perhaps awkward. How do you mean, sir? First off, congratulations to all of you for your outstanding performance this past week. You truly have excelled yourselves. With all due respect, sir, are you setting us up before knocking us down? Of course not, Henry. I meant every word, just as I'm about to mean every other word that comes forth. I'm sure it'll come as no surprise to you that our efforts over the past few days have been in aid of a build-up for a campaign. You're right, sir. That doesn't come as a surprise. Is there any particular reason we weren't told before now? Because Mr. Zorro and I only received confirmation on this 10 minutes ago. We were also told two very important details. First, the entire shipment will be going to Africa. And second, they're going to need engines to move it about. You mean us, sir? Yes, Percy, I do. I've been instructed to ask for 4 volunteers. Right here, sir. Here, sir. Aye, sir. Yes, sir. That was quick. All right. I just don't know what to say. Are you absolutely sure? Indeed, sir. The Nazis destroyed half the train I was carrying, filled with evacuees. Innocent civilians. I welcome the chance to repay the favor. And they killed Cullen. Ever since he saved me from that fire at Wellsworth all those years ago, I considered him a friend. Fair enough. Edward and Henry, what do you have to say? I don't have any reason to not volunteer, sir. Nor do I. I welcome the chance to give Jerry a good thrashing. All right, then. Thomas, Edward, Henry, and Gordon, I salute your bravery. There is no doubt in my mind you 4 and the others will do Sodor and Britain proud. Others, sir? What others? All the while Mr. Starr was talking to us, Mr. Zorro was having a similar conversation with his crew. And just like us, when the meeting's director called for a quartet of volunteers, he received a hasty and enthusiastic reply from Adam, Lily, Douglas, and Peter. The day after we volunteered, each of us visited the works at Crovan's Gate, where we were outfitted with radios and assigned code names. 2 days after that, we were officially inducted into the military's ranks as the 110th Platoon of the Steam Corps, aka the Wild Nor'Westers. I was given the great honor of being named its commanding officer. 4 days later, after a few tearful goodbyes and amidst heavy fanfare, we left Sodor for Africa. And before long, we were right in the thick of it, squaring off against the Desert Corps of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel. Incoming! Medic! Come on! Move, 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 move! Damn it! That was close! Too right! Edward! What the? What are you two doing here? You're supposed to be holding the town. Well, the Germans decided they wanted it more. You lost it. We couldn't hold it. Bother! They'll be able to outflank our position up on the ridge now. Our lads up there will need to pull back. Lily, I'm on it. Take that, you jelly bastards! If I didn't know better, Douglas, I'd say you were enjoying this. Then you do know better. Oh, shit! What is it, Adam? We need to get the hell out of here. Enemy forces are coming at us from behind. Oh, great. So we're about to be buggered, are we? Not if I have any say in the matter. Captain! Iron! Come on, lads! We're moving out!
Excellent. But if they have any chance of meeting up with us, we need to retake the town, if only temporarily. Everyone but Peter is with me. What am I to do? I want you to head back to the base and grab that gun the Americans gave us. The big one. Are we going to plan B? Yes, we are. But Edward, I know. It'll keep us from advancing, but it'll stop them from breaking through the lines. Peter, go get the gun and position yourself at grid 3F. Do not fire unless I give the order. Right, yeah? Come on, engines. Let's give them hell. Berat, Seal, fire! Damn it! Those tossers don't give up. What do we do, Edward? Do we hold them off? No. They might have reinforcements close by. Let's fall back. And leave the guns! Fire in the hole! It may be hard to believe, but what you just saw was one of the smallest skirmishes we would fight across Africa. And though the bridge had been taken out on my orders, we nonetheless won the battle that day. And after the bridge was repaired, we would fight another, reclaiming both the town and the ridge. From there, we went on to a number of other victories that put the Nazis on the run. But, I'm sorry to say, for all our triumphs, it wouldn't be enough to protect us from the enemy within.